Hey there, I'm Jackie Montgomery for SoundersFC.com here at the Starfire Sports Complex, where head coach Sigi Schmid and general manager Adrian Hanauer addressed the media about the disappointment and the progress made over the 2012 season and what the future holds for the team and its players.
Obviously, we always set our goals at a very high level, so we're always a little bit dissatisfied when we don't achieve those very lofty goals. But you know, those goals are also within our reach.
We're disappointed that we're sitting here instead of in LA or well, in Seattle preparing for a game against Houston. We certainly believe that we had some good moments and good stretches this season, and that generally it was another solid season.
I was happy with the fact that I thought defensively as a whole we were a tougher team to play against, with maybe one exception there in that one game. But I thought we improved ourselves defensively. We were good that way. It was a major concern going into the season how we were going to replace an icon like Casey Keller. And I think we made a tremendous choice in Michael Geschmernig. I think he was fantastic, not only on the field but also in the locker room and off the field. He was a really good addition for us. So that's something I think we came up well with. Offensively, I think we had 5 less goals than we had last year, so our offensive production stayed pretty comparable to where we were last year. No offense to the Cascadia Cup, because I know it's very important to our fans and it's important to our team, but you really play for 3 big trophies each year, and that's MLS Cup and that's the U.S. Open Cup. And you also play for the CONCACAF Champions Tournament. So we've been, in our 4 years of existence, we've been in 11 of those tournaments, and we've won 3 trophies, and we've lost in the final in 1 as well. And there's no other team in the league that's won 3 trophies in that same amount of time. Overall, I've been very pleased with what we've done over the 4 years. Our record is the second best record over that time. We have the second best goal production over that period of time, behind LA and both. And obviously there's still another level for us to get to, but I think we're within view of the summit. And obviously this is going to be a difficult offseason with the cap constraints and with what we have to look at and possible changes that always come in the offseason. But it's also one that I think we'll get through, and we'll make the decisions that we feel are best for the team, and we'll put a very competitive team on the field again next year.
While Hanauer indicated that the team wants to pick up the option on Eddie Johnson's contract, there are still plenty of moves that will be decided in the upcoming months.
We sit here today in certainly a very cap-constrained situation. So we've got our work cut out for us in terms of who we're able to bring back, and then beyond that, what we decide to do with the group that was here in 2012 and how we move forward and how we construct a team that sets us up for next year and beyond, and gets us into another position where we think we can have a better chance of winning an MLS Cup than we had even this year.
You look at everything and you look at what options are out there, and sometimes things fall in your lap, and all of a sudden somebody becomes available to you, or a player becomes available, and you say, well, that could make us stronger there. Certainly, certainly there's areas where, left back, Mark Birch came on and did well. Leo's starting to get a little older. Do you look for something young there? Right back, we had Johansson, but Zach Scott had to fill in there, and, we lost a little bit, because he's played a little more in the middle. So, can we improve ourselves at right back a little bit? Get a little more depth in those 2 wide defensive positions. That's a possibility to look at. You're always looking at getting midfielders, can bring your quality in forwards. I mean, I know I'm going the whole gambit of it, but it's not a situation where you're saying, okay, if we can improve this one area, that alone will put us into the next level. I just think it's anytime you can find improvement, you do it. And the other thing we want to do is we want to improve as a team in terms of our approach and our play and our concept.
We're willing to look at anything today that is focused on our current philosophy, that makes us better as the type of team that we want to be, that has us bringing players into this market that are going to fit into the market, that want to be here, and so we want a certain type of player. But we are willing to and interested in dreaming big, and bringing in, continuing to look at players who can be game changers for us.
I want all my players back. But, everything at the end of the day depends on what the options are and what you got to do for your team. In regards to Freddie, I want him back. But if there's a situation that presents itself, we have to look at it. I think he's had good success. He's been a very consistent player for us in terms of his production. And, so we have to see what his dreams and ambitions are and what our dreams and ambitions are, and make sure they all coincide.
Schmid and Hanauer addressed Seattle's other designated players and the difficulties that come with adjusting the rest of the roster.
Morrow had 13 assists just like he had the year before. Disappointed in terms of just like the first year, the injury right at the end of the season, causing him to miss significant time in the playoffs. So that's something, we were disappointed in, but we're happy with the production in the regular season. In regards to Christian Tiffert, I think when you come in midseason, it's always a little more difficult. If you remember Fernandez's first half year here compared to his first full season, there was a significant improvement. For Christian, there's a little bit of a learning curve dealing with the travel for the first time and all of those. So, expectations were probably a little bit higher. That he'd give us a little bit more coming in as a mid-season DP. But when you look at all the factors, it was probably not that disappointing when you think of all those things.
Something's got to give. Either we need to sell a player and get allocation money. We need to renegotiate contracts. We need to make some trades. We need to have one less DP. Something has to give. But again, that something usually has to give every year. It's not as though, this is the first time we've ever dealt with this. So we'll figure it out.
There are still many decisions that need to be made prior to MLS first kick on March 2nd, but one thing is for sure.
We want to be Seattle. We want to play the kind of soccer that we want to play. We want to play from day one. We've said we wanted to play attacking, creative, offensive, goal scoring soccer, and I think we've done that. We want results. We want to win trophies. We've done that. For sure, we want to do it better, but we don't want to. We don't want to be reactive. We want to have a philosophy, believe in that philosophy, maintain that philosophy, certainly question it at the end of every year, probably more often than that. We want to make sure we're still going the right direction.
With only a few short months between now and the start of the 2013 season, focus on the upcoming year starts immediately. And of course, we will keep you updated right here on SoundersFC.com. Until then, I'm Jackie Montgomery, and the best to you and your family during the holiday season.
I'm Kyle Beckerman.
I'm Landon Donovan.
I'm Dwayne DiRosario.
We love soccer. We train hard, we play hard, and we support with passion.
When it comes to discrimination, we don't cross the line.
No bullying, no racism, no sexism, no homophobia. No excuses, no exceptions.
Don't cross the line. If you're playing, training, supporting, or coaching, don't cross the line.